All right, folks, let's dive in. Have you ever found yourself wondering if that attractive woman across the room might be entertaining some rather intriguing thoughts about you? Well, you're in the right spot, because today I'm sharing the inside track on 10 subtle signs that she's definitely got you on her mind in a not-so-innocent way. These are the subtle cues, glances, touches, body language that reveal more than words ever could. Once you know what to look for, you'll never be left guessing again. Let's get started. The prolonged eye contact, then the quick look away. You know the scenario. She locks eyes with you from across the room for just a bit too long, and then, as if she's been caught, she quickly looks away. This isn't just harmless eye contact. This is what we call visual flirtation. Her brain is commanding her body to focus on you, but then panic sets in, and she averts her gaze before her thoughts become too obvious. Most guys don't realize that women often communicate through their eyes before they say a word. That quick look away, it's not disinterest. It's because her mind is racing and she's trying to play it cool. If she looks back again, even for a second, she's not just glancing. You've taken up residence in her mind. Trust me, if her eyes linger even slightly longer than usual, there's a lot more happening beneath the surface than a casual glance. Playful touching, but not too close. Here's the deal. When a woman is attracted to you, especially if she's having some less than innocent thoughts, her body language will betray her. One signal that often goes unnoticed is the self-touching cue. This is when she lightly touches her own neck, collarbone, or lips while talking to you. Sounds like a minor detail, right? Wrong. Women often touch these sensitive areas as a form of self-soothing or to draw attention to parts of their body they know will catch your eye. It's a subtle move, but highly telling. It's almost like her body is communicating what her words can't yet express. So next time you see her caressing her neck or collarbone during a conversation, understand that this isn't just a casual gesture. Her mind is wandering, and you're likely at the center of her thoughts. The sudden laughter. Ever notice how some women seem to laugh at everything you say, even when you're not particularly funny? That's no coincidence. If she's giggling at your worst jokes like you're the next big stand-up comedian, she's probably feeling more than just friendly vibes. When a woman is nervous around you because she's attracted to you, her natural reaction might be to laugh, even if nothing is genuinely funny. That laughter? It's a way to release tension and a clear sign that her mind is more focused on your proximity than on your punchlines. Think of it as her way of breaking the tension, which in itself indicates that tension exists. Her voice changes, softer, slower. This one is subtle, but a game changer once you notice it. When a woman's thoughts about you turn more intimate, her voice often changes. It becomes softer, slower, and a bit more seductive. You'll hear it in the way she says your name or leans into certain words. Think of it as the auditory version of a touch. She's drawing you in with her tone, inviting you closer without saying a word. It's subtle, but once you recognize it, you'll realize just how powerful a little vocal change can be. Her voice might become breathier, more deliberate, as if she's savoring every moment. Pay attention to how she speaks. If her tone shifts to a lower, softer range, she's creating a more intimate space between the two of you, even if you're just discussing mundane topics. Her body points towards you. This is one of the simplest yet most revealing signs. Body orientation. When a woman is interested in you, especially if her thoughts are straying into risque territory, her entire body will shift towards you. Her feet, hips, and shoulders will all align in your direction as if you're the North Star. Body language doesn't lie. Even if she's trying to keep her thoughts under wraps, her body will betray her. If she's standing with her feet angled towards you, or keeps turning her body in your direction during a conversation, it's because her mind, and likely her fantasies, are revolving around you. This physical openness is an unconscious invitation for you to notice her. She may not say a word, but her body is already leaning into the idea of you two being closer. much closer. Biting or licking her lips. We've all seen it in the movies, right? A woman bites her lip, and bam, the audience knows what she's thinking. Well, art imitates life for a reason. If she's doing this while looking at you, it's not just because her lips are dry. Lip biting or licking is one of the most primal unconscious signals of attraction. Her mind is working overtime, and her body is leaking the truth. Biting or licking the lips is a huge subconscious flirt. It's the kind of body language that's both subtle and completely telling. So if she's doing this while making eye contact with you, you can connect the dots. Lip biting isn't just a casual gesture, it's linked to arousal and excitement. When you see her bite down on her lip after she catches your eye, it's like her body is physically responding to whatever she's thinking about you. And believe me, those thoughts are likely not G-rated. The teasing remarks. You might think she's just being playful, but pay attention to how she teases you. When a woman makes little jabs at you, especially in a flirty, light-hearted way, there's a good chance it's coming from a place of attraction. It's almost like a schoolyard crush, poking fun at the person you secretly like. Teasing is a way to build rapport while keeping the tension light. It's her sneaky way of bringing you closer without fully giving herself away. And if her teasing is paired with a cheeky grin, her thoughts are far from PG. This kind of banter isn't just for fun, it's her way of testing the waters, seeing if you can handle her sense of humor while building a connection. Plus, it adds a bit of tension, and where there's tension, there's often desire. Sudden blushing or flushed skin. Here's a sneaky one most guys overlook. Blushing is a dead giveaway of arousal or attraction. We're not talking about a full-on cartoonish blush here. It might just be a slight flush in her cheeks or a little redness in her neck. Blushing is a physical reaction to her emotions, and more often than not, those emotions are tied to what's going on in her head. If her skin tone changes ever so slightly when she's talking to you, especially when the conversation veers into flirtatious or personal territory, know that her mind is racing in all the right directions. Some women might try to hide it by changing the subject or turning away, but the physical signs are hard to miss once you know what to look for. The next time you notice that light flush creeping up her face when she's around you, it's probably not because she's embarrassed. It's because you're at the forefront of her thoughts. She mirrors your movements. This one is straight out of the psychology playbook. When someone mirrors your movements, it's because they're subconsciously trying to sync up with you, both emotionally and physically. If she's copying the way you're sitting, leaning in when you do, or even holding her drink the same way, she's aligning with you on a deeper level. Mirroring is a powerful form of non-verbal communication that shows she's not just attracted to you, she's trying to establish a connection. When someone mirrors your movements, they're in sync with you on a deeper, almost instinctual level. If she's aligning her posture, gestures, or even the way she holds her glass with yours, you've definitely crossed into more intimate territory. The long goodbye. We've all been there. You're saying goodbye after a great conversation, but she lingers. Just a little too long. There's that awkward yet charged moment where neither of you is sure how to wrap things up. If she's hanging around, hesitating to leave, it's because she doesn't want to. This long goodbye is one of the strongest signs she's not ready to say goodnight, at least not mentally. If her parting words come with a loaded smile, a lingering touch, or a playful "see you soon," know that she's walking away with thoughts that are anything but casual. That hesitation, that slight pause, is her internal struggle not to let on just how much she's into you. If she keeps looking back over her shoulder or finds any excuse to draw out the conversation, you can bet her mind is already replaying what she wishes could happen next. And if those signs haven't clued you in yet, there's one more subtle cue that often goes unnoticed. But it's a dead giveaway when it happens. Ready for a little insider bonus? Let's dive into one last signal that's sure to tip the scales in your favor. The double take. Here's something a lot of guys miss. The double take. If you catch her glancing back at you after you've already made eye contact or after the conversation's over, it's a surefire signal she's still thinking about you. That second look isn't just a casual glance. It's like her brain can't help but make sure you're still there, or that she didn't imagine the connection between you two. A double take means you've made a lasting impression, and her mind is definitely wandering into deeper, more intimate thoughts. Whether it's a quick look over her shoulder as she walks away, or an extra moment of eye contact before she turns her attention elsewhere, that second glance is loaded with unspoken attraction. And there you have it. 10 subtle signs that she's definitely got some intriguing thoughts about you. These cues are often missed, but once you start paying attention, you'll see them everywhere. Understanding these signals can transform your interactions, helping you connect on a much deeper level. Now, go out there and start noticing the little things. You might be surprised at what you discover.